It says heparin is applied with 25,000 units per 250 mLs. The bolus dose is 50 units per kg. The infusion is to start at 17 units kg an hour. The patient weighs 179 pounds. Calculate the bolus and the infusion rate. All right, so first we have to convert our pounds to kg. So remember, heparin is dosed in kgs. So 179 pounds. And I'm just going to do the dimensional analysis straight through. You can just convert it in your calculator if you want. So we know that 2.2 pounds is 1 kg. So the patient will weigh 81.363 kgs. Now, I don't like to round until the end. All right, so in order to get the bolus is 50 units per kg. So we have 50 units, and the patient weighs 81.363 kgs. So all we got to do is multiply 50 by 81.36, and we'll get 4,068 units. Question says to calculate the start infusion. So the problem says that it's going to start at 17 units per kg an hour. So I'm going to start with what's order, 17 units per kg an hour. So we know that our answer needs to be in mLs per hour, so we know units has to cancel out. So we're going to go back to the problem, and the problem says there are 100 units per 1 ml. All right, so units cancel out, and we're left with mLs, kg an hour. But our answer needs to be in mLs per hour, so kg needs to cancel out. So we're going to go to the patient's weight, which is 81.363 kgs, and we're just going to put that over 1. So then kgs cancel out, and we left with mLs per hour. So we're going to multiply straight across, top and bottom, and then we're going to divide. So you're going to get 13.83, and then the question wants you to round to the nearest 10. So your answer is going to be 13.8 mLs per hour. So the question says heparin is supplied in 25,000 units per 250 mLs. Obtain a PTT level every 4 hours and adjust the infusion using the scale below. So you see that you have your scale below. All right, so heparin is infusing at 16 mLs per hour, and the patient weighs 64 kilograms. After 4 hours, the APTT returns, and it is 32. So the first question is a bolus needed? And what is the bolus? And the next question is, what is the new infusion rate? All right, so the patient's PTT is 32. So we're going to go under the chart, and we're going to look for 32 and see what 32 says. So we see that it says if it's less than 34, then you're going to bolus the patient with 60 units per kg. All right, so we already have the patient's weight in kg, so we don't have to convert. So all we have to do in order to get our bolus is take the 60 units and multiply it by the 64 kgs, and that will be your answer. I ain't got the answer. What else? What's the answer? I ain't gonna pause it. I'm gonna figure out how to 38.40. All right, so all you have to do is multiply 60 units times your 64 kgs, and you get 38.40. So you would get 3,840 unit bolus. So yes, a bolus is needed. So how do we know that a bolus is needed? Because the chart said that a bolus was needed. All right, so now let's do the new infusion rate based on this patient's PTT. So it's less than, the PTT is less than 34, it's 32. So we're going to increase by 4 units kg per hour. So we're going to start with that. So 4 units over kg an hour. So our answer needs to be in mLs per hour. So we know that units need to cancel out. So based on the problem, we have 100 units per 1 ml. So units cancel out, units cancel out. All right, so now we have mLs, kg, and hours. So we need to be in mLs per hour, so kgs needs to cancel out. So we're going to put our patient's weight, 64 kgs, and we're just going to put that over 1. So we're going to cancel out, cancel out. So then we'll be left with mLs per hour. So we're going to multiply straight across on top and bottom, and then we're going to divide. And then you should get 2.56 mLs per hour. But you do not stop there. You have to keep going. So the patient's heparin is currently going at 16 mLs per hour. So we are adjusting the dose, right? So in order to get the new infusion rate, we need to add the 2.56 to what it's currently going at. So once we add 2.56 to 16, we'll get 18.6. All right, so the problem says the continuous heparin infusion is running at 13.6 mLs per hour. The heparin protocol states that the infusion should decrease by 200 units per ml per hour. I'm sorry. Should I start over? I'll go ahead and start over. So the continuous heparin infusion is running at 13.6 mLs per hour. The heparin protocol states that the infusion should decrease by 200 units per hour. The heparin bag contains 10,000 units in 500 mLs of 5% dextrose. What would the new rate be in mLs per hour? All right, so first we want to start with the units. So we know that our answer needs to be in mLs per hour. So we're going to start with 200 units an hour. All right, so we know that unit needs to cancel out. So we go back to the problem, and the problem says that there are 10,000 units in 500 mLs. So units cancel out, and we're left with mLs per hour, and we get 10 mLs per hour. But we are not done. So we know that this was after we got the patient's PTT, so we have to adjust the rate. So it is currently infusing at 13.6 mLs per hour. So this problem says that the rate should decrease by the 200 units. So we will have to subtract our 10 mLs, which would give us a new rate of 3.6 mLs per hour.